I'm just going to wait until we hear our voices on YouTube because I always have to mute it like right away. Okay, here we go. It's going. It's going.
It's going
slow. It's 15 seconds. The lag is exactly 15 seconds from StreamYard to YouTube, but I have to refresh my YouTube sometimes. Yeah, okay. Okay, I think it's going now. Can everybody hear us? Let us know if you can hear us. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Awesome. Well, hello, everybody. So nice to be here to play another round of Spill or Quill. Sage is on the stream today. And Sage, please go ahead and introduce yourself, and then we can go through the chat and just say hi to everyone.
Okay, well, hi everyone. I'm Sage. I'm a writer, a doodler, and a dabbler. And you can find me on my channel, which I believe Keelan has linked in the description box.
Yes, I have. And I'll also go in one of the sprints that we do. I'll go to your channel and get the link and also put it in the chat because we can do that. Cool. With the power of the chat. All right, so let's see who is here. Jasmine is here. Hello, welcome. We are so happy to have you and to get playing this game. We are super excited. Keep Faith Baby is here today, asking what everybody is working on. Sarah's here. Robin's here. And Sage, correct me if I'm wrong, but you and Robin know each other, right?
Yes, Robin is my editor, critique partner, friend, person, very important person.
Yeah, I knew. I was like, yeah, I think it's Robin that you guys like have that connection. Yeah. Celine is here. Everybody's just talking about what they're working on, which is super exciting. Oops, everything jumped. Adventures in Fantasy is here. Hello, welcome. Sarah's doing some revising. Amy B is here working on a fantasy novel. Celine is here. Okay, wait, there's a Celine here and there's a Celine here. So I've got to keep that in order. Michelle is here. I'm here, obviously. It'd be a problem if I weren't, I guess. Awesome, everybody's here. Zara's here. Hello. Sarah's here as well. Isabella's here. Keep Faith Baby is saying hi to everybody. Everybody's just saying hi. It's lovely. I'm just going to kind of jump through while everybody says hi and kind of get to see who might not have said hi. Life with Layla is here. Evangeline is here. Welcome. Evangeline, do you prefer both your names being said? Like Evangeline May? Is that a last name or is that a second name? Kimberly is here. Robin is saying, thanks, Sage. I think that's to just the comment about being friends and critique partners and editors and all that great stuff. Jordan is here. I forgot I had to open this while I was waiting for the stream to start and it started. It startled me. That happens. Alley Cat is here. I got a blank page is here. So yay, I think I'm caught up. Grace is here as well. There's a ton of people here. We are going to be playing Spill or Quill. There are a bunch of streams going on this afternoon, and there are some going on right now. There's some going on later, and we'll keep you informed of that throughout. But I say we just dive into it. What do you think, Sage?
That sounds like a plan to me.
So, because you are the guest, do you spill or do you quill?
I am going to spill.
You're going to spill. Okay, you know what? I think I'm going to spill for the first one as well. Everybody in the comments, let us know whether you're going to spill or quill. Oh, / has anybody not played Spill or Quill before?
Yeah, we should probably explain it.
Yeah. So everybody who has not played Spill or Quill, the premise is very simple. It's basically like writing Truth or Dare. So we're doing writing sprints today. And what happens is if you want to spend the writing sprint writing whatever you so choose, you have to pick the spill. And the spill. And that means before the writing sprint, I know things are backwards on the screen. You have to pick the spill, because the spill means that you're going to have to basically give us a writing or bookish kind of confession or like a truth before you do the sprint. If you do not choose spill, that means you choose Quill. And Quill means that you have to do whatever this says for the sprint. So this is kind of like the dare, and this is kind of like the truth. So that's what we're playing today. But we are doing writing sprints, so don't worry, people. Yeah, so I see. Let's see what's going on in the comments, because I see a lot of spills. Evangeline is my first name, so that's just fine. May is just my middle name. Okay, because I know some people who like who have two names and they're called by the two first names, even though they're not hyphenated. So that's why I was asking. Okay, spill. We've got, I'm doing a sprint jump. Have fun. Okay, Alley Cat, you have fun too. I know there's like a ton of different sprints going on this afternoon. Sarah says spill. Sarah, I haven't played before. Okay. Okay. Robin doesn't know. Okay. Jordan doesn't know. Okay. Did that explanation kind of suffice? Does everybody understand what we're doing in terms of spill or Quill? Basically, this is truth. And before the sprint, you have to give us the truth, or you do the dare. And that is what you have to do for the writing sprint. It's kind of like a writing prompt or a writing challenge. Let us know if you understand. I feel like I explained this really well the first time that we played, and since then I've just assumed that everybody's played before.
That's okay. I was in a chat in a live stream on Friday trying to explain what spill or Quill is, and I don't think I did a very good job of it.
Yeah, it's yeah, I did not do a good job of it just there either. So we'll see. Okay. A lot of people are choosing spill.
I see Robin is saying that makes sense. Okay. So
we should be
I think you did okay.
Decent enough. So most people are choosing spill. So I'm going to switch mine to Quill, because I will be an example of what the Quill is, because nobody seems to be picking Quill. Okay. So spill. And Sage, you are the guest. So, and as everybody knows, I do this, as everybody who has already played knows, I do this like draw. So there's a bunch of them in here and I do a draw, and I do not do it completely impartially. I look at them and then I decide whether I like them or not, and then basically throw them away based on whether I like them or not. So this is 100% biased.
Not randomized.
Yeah. At the first round, I was like, we're just going to draw it and do what I draw. And then I like drew one and I was like, this is lame. We're not doing this one. So this is spill. Oh, this one's kind of cool. Okay. For the spill, if you could have the career of one author, who would it be and why? So I'm not saying like you want to be this person. It's kind of more like their career path. So to repeat, if you could have the career of one author, who would it be and why?
Oh man, that's a tough one.
And when you all also give your answers, let us know how long you want to go for the sprint.
I'm going to say Terry Pratchett.
Oh, that's such a good one. That's such a good one.
I feel like he had a really good career. And I am totally biased on this because he is my favorite author.
Yeah.
But I feel like there's just that would be a good career to have.
Yeah, for sure. So many like amazing books too. Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I'm waiting to see what people in the comments are going to say. If you could have the career of one author, who would it be and why?
It's not just that he wrote so many great books, but he had so many spin-offs come out of his IP as well. Like he had the board games. There's there were not just audiobooks before audiobooks were really a big thing, But animated series and movies and like really that I think the only thing he didn't have was a theme park.
Mm-hmm. And we all want a theme park. He'll get one.
Exactly. I mean,
yeah. Yeah. And amazing collaborations too. Like
totally.
Amazing collaborations with amazing authors.
Good Omens is
so good.
Absolutely the best book I've ever read.
And correct me if I'm wrong, like Neil Gaiman wasn't that big of a name at that point. Like it was Terry Pratchett who kind of like I feel like that collaboration launched things for him. Like maybe I'm wrong and I'm getting my dates mixed up, but
I'm not 100% sure. I think at that point Neil Gaiman was more on the comics than on the books.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But I might be getting my timeline wrong.
If anybody knows, let us know in the comments. All right, I saw a whole bunch of stuff come in.
Yay!
Maya really quickly asked what Spill or Quill is. You must have just got in here after the explanation. So Spill basically is truth. And if you want to write the writing sprint as you so choose, you have to answer the truth, or you can pick Quill and then we'll basically give you a dare for how to go about doing the writing sprint. So Adventures in Fantasy says 15 minutes to start for the writing sprint. So that's what I'm going to put on the clock because it's the first one I see. And these streams, we don't tend to get that much writing done because we are spilling.
It's more like a game show.
It's more like a game show, but we are going to do a 15-minute sprint just because that was real quick. So Kimberly says, Jenna Moresi, because she's successful in the self-publishing route, and I just love what she does for the author community. Yeah,
that's
Jenna Moresi is a powerhouse on AuthorTube and in self-publishing. So like, yeah. If I had her career, I would be very, very happy. I'm actually not sure. I don't really know about the authors' careers or how good or bad they are. That's totally fair. You could make your own way. Okay, so everybody's just explaining. Thank you to everybody in the comments who were explaining what Spill and Quill is. Lois Lowry, because she's written so many good stories, and I would love to be that prolific and responsible for so many childhood memories. 25 minutes. I love Jenna. Oh, and that's to Jenna Moresi. Yeah, I think like, well, it's not my spill, but yeah, prolific writing is something that I like kind of aspire to, like being able to kind of consistently crank out high quality work.
Yeah, that's definitely something worth aiming for.
Yeah. I want to say Amelia, oh my God, Nothomb? I don't know how to pronounce that name. But before she became a writer, she was in a Japanese company. Okay.
I'm going to write that down.
Like a business company or a ballet company? Sorry, I don't know why ballet came to mind. Okay. Okay, everybody's just chit-chatting. Indie published version of Sarah J. Maas started as a fan of books and became an amazing romance author. Also, she seems super nice and is so her fan base from what I know. Yeah. I mean, being an indie version of Sarah J. Maas would be awesome. I would say J.K. Rowling, but she's done some questionable stuff recently. So maybe Sarah J. Maas, because all of her book series have amazing fandoms, art, fanfic, and fans. And it's just really nice community. Yeah, J.K. Rowling has done some questionable stuff recently. So, but yeah.
Unpopular opinion. I have only tried one Sarah J. Maas book and I DNF'd it. So,
unpopular opinion. I haven't read them, any of them. I own one. I own A Court of Thorns and Roses, but yeah, also we're on the same page.
One of my coworkers, or I suppose now former coworkers, lent it to me because she was like, "This is the greatest thing ever. You've got to read it. It's exactly your kind of thing," because we have the same taste in games. And I made it like 3 chapters in and was just like, can't do it.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I'm going to try. I am going to try. I haven't really put an effort into trying, so I am going to, because there is mad hype. Rick Riordan, that's a great one because his characters and diversity are amazing. Zara almost said Rick. Tough question. Joanna Penn, because she's both inspiring in her nonfic and successful in her fiction.
That is actually a really good path as well.
Yeah. I should look more into authors' careers. Either that I need to try to remember them, or I need to try to remember them more. I just remember book titles, have a hard time with names. Yeah, I used to totally be like that. I was not one of those people who read by author. I'd read the book and then I wouldn't like go and look up the author, but I've switched that a little bit, just a little. It was between Rick or Lee Bardugo. Yeah, Harry Potter is still awesome, but JK has...
Yeah. I don't think we even need to cover that.
No, we don't even need to cover it, but I have been not impressed for years with some of the stuff that has been happening. So, yeah. Anyway, we'll move on from that. Rick Riordan, because he's super successful, but he uses his success to uplift other authors, and the diversity is great for a white male author. Yeah, Rick Riordan, I really like Rick Riordan. I know that Gaiman met Pratchett because he did an interview with him, or at least that is what I read. That's super interesting. They're great.
Okay. I do remember something along those lines. So.
Yeah. Okay, we're just talking about how great Rick is. But I didn't know that. He's got his own imprint specifically for diverse and cultural writers. That's awesome.
That is.
Okay, so this was the author was in a business company. Okay. I'm really impressed with Rick right now, especially his response to the whole JK thing. People were kind of using him to bash her. He said, instead of uplift trans authors. I don't know what Rick Riordan said to like respond to it. I don't. I know all of this stuff right now is going down on Twitter, and I just recently deleted Twitter because I hate Twitter. So there's definitely going to be articles coming out though, because I know some stuff went down lately with J.K. Rowling. So I'm just waiting for it to like hit mainstream media, and like I said, have not been impressed for a while.
Yeah.
Which is honestly too bad because she's such an influential person. Anyway, I could rant, but this is a happy stream. I've read Sarah J. Maas's first book and I won't read any more. Did not enjoy. I haven't heard of Sarah J. Maas before today. No way. Sarah J. Maas is huge.
Robs, I can tell you right now, it is not your kind of thing. There is entirely too much sex, drugs, and rock and roll going on for you.
Okay. Also, just because we need to get going on the sprint, the Quill, for anybody who chose Quill, so this is the dare from the sprint, is write a scene from the villain's POV. So that is what I'm going to have to be doing for the Quill. Okay. We've got a whole bunch of comments here that I am going to really quickly catch up on, and then we're going to dive right into the sprint. So I think this is a question to you, Sage, whether it was Thrown a Glass or what's Sarah J. Maas book?
I will go and check during the first sprint because I have it just over there, but right? I can't see it from here.
They're like titled the exact same. And I'm like, this is a different series. I didn't even know. I just want to write something that has a fandom. Won't lie. I would write fanfic and put it out there just because mischievous and all that. I love fanfiction.
Fanfiction is where I started.
Same. Daniel, everybody, people, if you like fanfiction, you should pick Quill this game. I'm just saying. You're missing out, although I know quite a few people who didn't like her books. This is Sarah J. Maas, yeah. Okay, I'm kind of missing that. She's been getting side-eye from me for years. Oh, this is JK. Yeah. Anyway, not impressed. Not impressed. After the sprint, can you tell us a little about your book? I don't know much and would like to know a bit more. Yeah, sure. Happy to. I'm not very good at pitching it, so sorry, guys. It's a lot better than I make it sound, just so you know. I did not like Throne of Glass, but I loved A Court of Thorn and Roses. Okay. I saw his response and I really appreciated it. I bought a few of them with a gift card I had. I don't know what that's to. I'm so sorry, guys. I hate Twitter too. Yes. I know a lot of people really love Twitter, so I'm not coming at you people that love Twitter, but I'm just saying, I'm not a Twitter person. It's already on the Independent. Okay. I'm going to have to go check. I don't like Twitter either. Rick said, rather than setting up a false dyad that isn't constructive and makes me very uncomfortable, we can turn the attention to great own voices, trans, non-binary authors to buy their books instead. I'll start sound off with other recs. Rick Riordan's the best.
That is awesome.
That is awesome. Wait, Sex, Drugs, and Rock and Roll, like the series? I'm so sorry. I don't know what that's in reference to. Do you know? Sage?
I think that was in reference to my comment to Robin about Sarah J. Maas not being her cup of tea.
Oh, okay. Okay. Depends on the series of hers. Maas has a multiple going at that point. If that's the case, I might check out Sarah J. Maas's books. Okay. Yeah, the villain's POV is the best kind of POV. All right. You know what? On that note, okay, so basically the Quill is making me write the scene that I don't want to write. Fine. I can take the hit. Yes. Okay, on that note, we're going to start the sprint. 15 minutes. We're going to get to all the comments. Don't you worry, guys. But we need to get some writing too. This is a fun game, but it's also a writing game. So, all right. So I've got 15 minutes on the timer. Pens at the ready, everybody. And we are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy writing. All right, everybody, that is time. I'm so sorry if the beeping scared you a little. One sec. All right, how'd that go for everyone? Sage, how'd it go for you?
Well, I jotted down a couple of lines for the start of a poem that's been kind of buzzing in my head for a little while. I also refilled my drink and took off my makeup, my eye makeup, because I was having some sort of reaction.
Oh no.
So I just took that off. So if I look like I'm dying, it was my makeup.
You do not
and
look like
I went
you're
and
dying.
I found the book. It's this one.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Throne of Glass. I have a Court of Throne and Roses.
I can't. I'm sorry.
I did try reading Throne of Glass like a while ago, but yeah, haven't really read any. Like I don't think I.
How did you do?
It. I think I just tried it, but I own a Court of Throne and Roses. I think somebody lent it to me or something like that. Okay. I did. Okay. Oh no, everything's lagging. I can't like flip over. I was going to see how many words I did.
Oh no.
I did 137 words, but I also did a whole bunch of stuff. And so I just wanted to take some time to shout out all the streams that I know are happening right now in the AuthorTube community. So I know Angela Ann has a stream every Sunday at 2 p.m. And I knew that. And then we scheduled this stream and I messaged her and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry that I'm going to stream over you because somebody made a really good video recently about like streaming over people. I got a notification recently when we started or a half hour before we started that Cachet Warren does a crocheting stream on Sunday. I don't know if it's every Sunday, but it's happening today. It started at 2:30. And then Sarah LeBrat is also streaming at 4:30, which we're probably going to overlap with a bit. So those are everybody who I know that we're overlapping with a bit today. So just wanted to say that because I did watch a video recently that somebody made, and it was a really good video. And they brought up a really good point about like overlapping streams because it's gonna happen. But like our community is also small enough that we can try and arrange streams so that they're not overlapping. So I just wanted to say that.
I think we need to be better about making use of that spreadsheet where everyone's streams are.
You know why I don't or have never used it? It's because every single time I've tried to put something in it, it's like been really complicated or like I haven't been able to or something like that, or I haven't been able to find it. And I know that's not an excuse. It's a crappy excuse, but like, yeah. I also feel like, as most people here probably know who've been to the streams before, like I don't have a set streaming schedule. I just kind of like go whenever. I know you do Tuesday streams at 11 a.m.
Tuesdays.
EST, right? Yeah. Okay, I'm just trying to find where we're at in the comments. Sorry, everybody. I'm like actually stalling a little bit.
I think realistically on weekends, you're always going to overlap with someone.
Yeah, I think so too. I think
during the week easier.
Yeah.
There are fewer people streaming, but on the weekends it's a free-for-all.
I'm sure I like missed at least like 3 people who are streaming right now that I just like didn't get a notification for or like am not following. So yeah. All right. Okay. Found where we're at in the comments. There's a lot of comments that we have to catch up on. So, okay. I heard some people saying stuff about J.K. Rowling. Okay, J.K. Rowling. And I don't know what it is, but I still like Harry Potter regardless. So I just read the article in The Independent, and yes, my not impressedness of J.K. Rowling really continues. Yeah. Okay. So we're far back. What is Quill? I think we've kind of explained it. Okay. I'm drawing a blank and I can't name any specific authors, but I love to see writers who write in various genres and the type of career, and that's the type of career I'd like to have. Nice. This is about Throne of Glass. Sorry, I'm just going to skip over the Throne of Glass conversation a little bit. Okay, Robin generally avoids books with any open door sex or stuff like that. Not a social media person anyway. I think this kind of goes back to the Twitter. Are you a Twitter person, Sage? Like, I know some people love Twitter, and like, don't get me wrong. I know, I understand why.
I used to be a very big Twitter person. I think of the social medias, I probably use Twitter the most, and then Instagram. And Facebook, I'm really only there for the couple of groups that I'm in. But I have severely cut back on my social media time. I just don't find it helps me, my mental state or anything like that. And I can't say that I've noticed any detriment to my author platform or anything like that from it. So yeah,
I just like, I got Twitter because everybody was like, oh, if you're an author you have to have Twitter. And don't get me wrong, Twitter has amazing things for authors on it, but I'm just like not a Twitter person.
I think it's also because I used to be a social media manager. That's what I got paid to do. And that just kind of kills it for you. So
yeah, I do communications at my work, and I run our social medias, and I use Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube for all of that. And I'm totally on the same page that it just like at some point, like you get exhausted and you have to do it for work, and then you do it in your personal life, and it's just like a lot.
Can I just say that you are killing the social media game though?
Me?
Like, you. Like it
really? I like don't post that often.
No, but like what you do post is like impactful.
Oh, well, thank you. I feel like on Twitter, at least, the reason I got rid of Twitter was because I feel like I only went to Twitter when I was like angry about things.
Yeah.
That's like not the person I want to be. And I definitely, this was not recently this happened, but a while back, like months ago, I posted about something on Twitter that was very like near and dear to my heart, and like got just an assault of people. And I was like, and I wasn't being aggressive or mean or anything in my tweet. It was just kind of like my opinion about something, and it just like, and then yeah.
I hear you.
All right, everybody's just chit-chatting. I'm not really sure what some of these like tags at people are. Oh, I think this is for Throne of Glass. And everybody let us know in the comments whether you want to spill or quill, because we're going to get back into that. And everybody who did the quill, let me know how the POV went. Okay, so I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to skip over some of the comments. Brianna's here. Hello, welcome. Because I am so far behind. Brianna asked, why doesn't the Twitter link in your bio work? This is why I don't have Twitter anymore. I should get rid of it, the link to my Twitter. Okay. I'm sorry, everybody. I'm going to skip all the way to how people are doing. Oh, no, we're here. We're here. I wrote 130 words. I think that is amazing. I don't know what that is in reference to. I think Zara and Kimberly were talking about the story that that Kimberly is writing, because Kimberly asked a question. All right. Oh, the timer scared Zara's dog. Managed to revise 5 pages, 181 words. Celine got 200 words. Celine got 295 words. That is awesome. Okay, this is a conversation. Adventures in Fantasy got 322, which is great. 15 minutes. That's not a long time, everyone. Kind of distracted editing a novel. Kimberly wrote 30 words and asked a question. Yeah, we saw the question. I'm glad lots of people responded. Yeah, and Sage, I'm so sorry that you had a little bit of an allergic reaction. I find
It's okay.
I find mascara sometimes does that to me. I don't know. Do you
See, I thought it was my mascara that was doing it. So when I did my makeup today, I didn't put mascara on. I only put eyeliner on. And now I'm thinking that maybe it's my eyeliner and not my mascara. Or maybe it's both.
Well, you know what? I hate to admit this, but I'm going to admit this. I had a felt tip eyeliner pen for 5 years. And every single time I wore it, my eyes were irritated. And I was like, I wonder why they're irritated. But I knew why they were irritated.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to buy a new one. I bought a new one just recently. And now that one's like 4 months old. So we need to cycle out of that one too. Got some plans sorted for the week, which is awesome. I'm trying hard not to set myself a new big task this week because little things need finishing. I totally get that. Didn't get to the part with the villain's POV, but planning on working on that when I get there. That is amazing. I didn't enjoy Throne of Glass either. Do you think not having Twitter is affecting your author platform? I kind of feel it's a lot of negativity right now, but it's my biggest platform by far right now. I actually made the decision to quit Twitter. 1, because I hate it, but 2, because I was watching somebody talk about, I think it was Natalia Lee did a video where she was like, I'm focusing only on a few things. And I was like, I feel like I'm focusing on too many platforms. So I made a conscious decision. I still have my Facebook author group, but my number one is YouTube and Instagram. So that was actually why I shut down Twitter, because I was like, I don't like it, and it's just like not a space I want to be in. But I didn't really have it. It was never my main place. So I don't know. I can't. Basically, what I'm saying is I don't know if it'll affect your author platform or not. But I think you can build an author platform wherever. There's an audience wherever you are. So even if Twitter is your largest platform, but you don't want to be on there anymore, that you can build up elsewhere. Let people know that you're moving to Instagram and then go from there.
That was actually something that we covered because when I was a social media manager, I also developed a training course to train people to be social media managers. Now, this was way back when. I mean, I don't think Instagram was even a thing yet. Yeah. And we basically said 2 things. The first is that if you've got a whole social media team, then it's fine. You can be on every platform. But if it's just going to be you or just one employee who's going to manage your social media, you need to pick the 1 or 2 platforms that fit your brand the best.
Totally.
And if Twitter isn't that brand fitted image for you, then move somewhere else and your audience will follow you.
I love that advice. That is great advice. Yeah. Funny enough, I actually think Twitter is very on brand for me because I feel like I'm a very opinionated person, but but yeah. Okay. That is great advice though. And that's great advice. David said 48 words. Robin says, my Twitter is fine for connecting with other writers, but I have no expectation of finding readers there. Yeah, I totally agree with that too. You kind of have to know your audience. Like on YouTube, my audience is not my readers. On Instagram, it is. I've got a lot of readers on my Instagram, so it's 2 kind of different things. Jumped on after an invite from Robin. I've been slowly working on my urban fantasy novel today. I was like, UF, what is that? I got this. Acronyms. But hello, welcome. It's great to have you here. Unimpressed with JK, and Robin says hello too. Unimpressedness on JK Rowling is a mood. I like that. That's a great quote. Social media definitely destroyed my mentality, to be honest, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
Social media tried to teach me that I have to share literally everything and to address everything, and I don't want to do that anymore. Yeah, I think one of the things that social media does is just create an unrealistic expectation of reality.
Yeah, and social media burnout is a real thing.
Totally, totally. Dal is here. Hello, Dal. Welcome.
Hey.
I find it easy to lose your way when using social media. Totally. Social media can be triggering. Definitely, Dal. I'm very emotional. I can't hide it. It's a problem, and I know it. I actually think, and Dal, I think being an emotional is just part of being human. And I remember I was talking to my mom recently. Not recently. This happened a while ago. But I was telling her about the story that happened at work, and I cried. And she was like, "You cried at work?" And I was like, "Yeah." And she was like, I love my mom dearly, but she was very much like, there was one instance where I was telling her I cried at work, and there was another instance where I was telling her that I told people at work this story. She's like, "You told them that?" And I was like, "Yeah." And I was like, I feel like there's such a societal pressure not to be emotional when we are emotional beings. Anyway, that's just my opinion. I don't know. There's a line between being professional, I think. Like, you can be professional while still being emotional, I think.
I totally agree with that.
Yeah. Twitter can be a bit of a free-for-all. Yeah. All right. People are choosing spill. Sorry, guys. I'm jumping over all the spills so we can just like get to the actual spill. Also, my comments just jumped. So.
Oh, goodness.
Yeah, I am so sorry, everybody. I see Angela joined, Life of Angelina joined. A whole bunch of people are here from Angela's sprint. So welcome, everybody. And we are going to get to the spill for everybody who chose spill.
Did we pick what we were doing?
Oh, no, we didn't. What are you doing?
I think I'm going to go spill again. But then I might do the call in any case.
Yeah, I think I might do the quill in any case too. Okay, I don't like that one. This one's okay. Sorry, guys. Just because we're running out of time, I want to get to the good ones, you know? And I'm so sorry. My comments skipped, and I'm not really sure where we're at right now. But I apologize for skipping, but we were also very behind on the comments.
Just a smidge.
This one's so good. Not to toot my own horn, but it's so good. For your spill, did I pick? Yeah, I picked spill this time. Okay.
Yeah.
For everybody's spill, you have to ship 2 fictional characters from different worlds, like from different universes, different fandoms. So we're talking crossovers here.
Oh, that's tough.
I know, right? There's so many. And it doesn't have to be books. You could do a book and a movie and a TV show and a book and a book, a TV show and a TV show. Do whatever you want.
That is so tough.
Also, I just saw this comment because I'm scrolling through to see if there's anything like super big that I missed. But Brianna says, it's weird that YouTube doesn't feel like a social media. And I agree. And Dal says, I'm allergic to ignorance. And I love that line.
Yeah.
That'd be great, Dal.
Totally agree. Oh, goodness.
Oh my God. Some people feel so strongly about this. I see all caps already, and I'm so excited.
Oh, goodness.
And Alex says, I prefer to text people since it's easier and more manageable for my mental health. Yeah.
I'm totally with you on that. I have terrible phone anxiety It takes me about 40 minutes to hype myself up to even dial the number.
Yeah.
So.
All right, everybody, ship 2 fictional characters from different worlds. I know, I'm trying to think. I have so many favorite characters, and I'm like, who do I ship with who? And I'm also trying to think of ones that like people would know, you know?
Yeah. See, this is a problem for me because I'm not generally a shipper. I tend to just go with the canon.
Really? I ship. But I guess I ship like couples though that make sense, or like not make sense, but like you see like canon's heading there anyway. Like Batman and Wonder Woman in the animated series should be together, obviously.
Right, that makes sense.
Yeah, like in the animated series, they always had a thing and they were always flirty. Like I guess they already had like a relationship, you know? I don't buy into the Superman Wonder Woman thing. I think not a fan. I know this is a tough one. I thought I'd be able to come up with one really early and really easily, and I just like I can't.
Oh my goodness.
I hear like my computer's buzzing. I know it's super hard. I'm trying to think. Okay, let's go through some of the comments. But we do have to say ours eventually. Keep Faith B says Renesmee Cullen and Albus Severus Potter. Whoa, a Twilight Harry Potter crossover. Interesting.
Okay.
I have to split up my OTPs. Yeah, you do. We're doing like crossovers for this. So many options. Renesmee Cullen and Hope Mickelson. I don't know who that is.
I don't either.
Sorry. Dean Winchester and Elena Gilbert.
Okay.
Oh my God. Once Upon a Time Hook. Zara. I love Hook. Love Hook. Killian. Oh, amazing. Klaus from the originals and Rosalie Cullen. Okay. Kimberly agrees fully with, I'm not sure with which one, Renesmee and Albus or Renesmee and Hope. Oh, I can't think of any right now. That's because it's a hard question. Everybody's got their like
seriously difficult question.
Yeah, everybody's got their pairs that they just like love and they ship together. But then now, because normally you do that in the same universe, crossing universes is tough. I am going to say, because I wrote fan fiction and I really wanted to do this ship, but I couldn't do it to Bulma from Dragon Ball Z because I love her. But Vegeta, I love Bulma from Dragon Ball Z, but my ship is actually Vegeta and Wonder Woman because I used to write Justice League Dragon Ball Z crossover fan fiction. So I think that's
behind that.
My pair. Yeah. But I can't do that to Bulma. I didn't do that in my fan fiction because I love Bulma so much. I was like, I can't, but I can say it here. I mean, Super Ovs, Elsa, and Jack Frost. Oh, I love that.
That would be so cool.
I love
Pardon
that.
the pun.
Is that that? I just got that thing. That's great. Is Jack Frost, and is this the Jack Frost from, you know, the animated movie? What was it? The one with Santa Claus and
Rise of the Guardians?
Yeah, which is an amazing movie. It's that Rise of the Guardians or something like that. I loved that movie so much. I loved it so much that as an adult, I went home to visit my parents and I made my mom watch it with me. And she was like, "What are we watching? A cartoon?" And I was like, "Yeah, we are." Grimm and Once Upon a Time. I could see those series working like well together. I'll go weird and completely unbelievable. Spike, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and Draco Malfoy.
Okay.
I see that. I agree with Elsa and Jack Frost. Mulan from, I don't know.
Once Upon a Time.
Oh, Once Upon a Time. And I'm such a Once Upon a Time fan too. And Scrigat from Irish Folklore. I am Irish descent, and I wish I knew any Irish folklore whatsoever, but I don't. But that sounds super interesting. I like it. That's hard. I don't usually ship people from different words. Also trying to think of characters that are single and make sense too. Yeah, it's tough. Sage, do you have one yet?
I think so.
Okay.
So, Crowley from Good Omens.
Yeah.
Willow from Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a really good one. I can totally see that. Oh man, that's a really good one.
I think it could work. Of course, you have to kind of ignore the fact that Willow is actually a lesbian. But
yeah. But I can
see fan fiction.
Yeah, it's fan fiction. It works. Sorry, I'm trying to find the quill that goes along with this because there's a quill that goes along with this.
Okay.
I kind of just go with canon. I only ship people if it makes sense and if it's canon. Yeah, a lot of people I also tend to like ship people that are canon slightly. Okay, Hope Mickelson is from the original. Yeah.
I haven't gotten there.
I was trying to ship Once Upon a Time Hook with someone too. Yeah, love Hook. But now my mind is trying to figure someone from Regina. Regina is my favorite from Once Upon a Time. Sage, have you seen Once Upon a Time?
I've seen up to the point where Mulan arrives.
Okay, yeah. So that's pretty far in.
But then I kind of
I just love Regina because I feel like she had a good redemption arc. And then she was like really a good guy in the end. It maybe went a little bit quick in the middle there, but like I still love her. I recently went on a Once Upon a Time binge the last few days. The show's CGI did not stand up against the test of time. It did not. Oh, I forgot about this. Is that the Spill and Quill maybe? I'm not sure. I forgot to have Ness and Hope get married in my Sims 2. Oh, you do like Sims 2 like creations. I love that. I was planning to take a photo shoot of their wedding and post it for Pride Month. That's awesome. Did you know Tom Ellis, Lucifer, originally played Robin Hood? Yes, I did. And I was so mad when they recast him. But I love Tom Ellis as Lucifer. Anyway, sorry, gonna hop through these.
Tom Ellis is a babe, I just have to say.
Oh my God, I know. He's so great. Oh, my heart. Oh my God, Jelsa. I haven't thought about those in years. That's Jack and Elsa. Okay, everybody's here for the Jack and Elsa thing. I like it. Okay, while we catch up on comments, because we're not caught up in comments, the quill is to write a crossover. So what that means is that you either have to have a character from another story that, like, you can work on your own work in progress, but have a character from one of your other stories come into the world, or have a character in fan fiction come into the world. For this quill, we're basically including people from other universes in our universe. And obviously you can go back and fix that later because we don't want any plagiarism issues. But yeah, that is the quill. So I knew there was one that matched, so I went to find it. Okay. How long do we want to sprint for? Do we just want to do 15 minutes again? It's already on the thing.
I think so. 15 is good.
Okay, sweet. Everybody's just talking about Jelsa. I'm going to catch up on the comments really quickly, everyone. Rise of the Brave Tangled Dragons, a fandom I never got into but know so much about. Yes, Rise of the Guardians, Jack Frost and Elsa are adorable together. I agree.
No, don't lick me.
Oh no, is there a doggy there?
There is a doggy.
Love it. I know, what was your favorite season? Oh, people are talking about Once Upon a Time. Love it. If anyone has seen The Flash and knows Caitlin, trying to figure out who she would go with. I only know her because my family loves that show. I really liked The Flash for a while. Okay. This is about Once Upon a Time and people's favorite season. Orla, I'm not sure if I said hi. I don't know. You might have just got here. Very cool.
I like that idea.
Profile picture. I always thought of Kaylee from Firefly and Willow worked. I have not seen Firefly. And to be totally honest, my Buffy isn't the most like up to date. Because Willow's Buffy, right? Just making sure.
Yeah.
I get the right person. Yeah. Okay. Because I used to watch Buffy as like a kid and haven't rewatched it since. So that's I know the cast of Firefly though, but I haven't watched it. I've heard it's amazing and deserved more than one season though.
It is really good.
Crowley and Loki. I like that too.
Okay.
That too. I can see that.
Yeah.
I also just love Crowley and Loki like so much.
Yeah.
Both of them. All right, everybody's just chit-chatting. Regina Mills and Castle would be hilarious. Crowley, I'm not sure what that's referring to. Hook and Kaylee from Firefly because they'd be adorable together. They'd be all moody. He'd be all moody and she'd be cheery. Mulan is only in season 2. Season 3 is my favorite. Oh, Mulan's only in season 2? I thought she came much later. Sorry. I just started rewatching Once Upon a Time. I only saw a few seasons. I loved Once Upon a Time. I even liked the last season that most people didn't like. Okay, maybe Skye from Agent of Shield. I don't know who I could ship her with. Sorry, I'm just keeping going. Actually, Regina and Thomas as Lucifer would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
I'm into that. People are 100% behind that. I already have a crossover fan fiction. That is great. You can work on that then. I'm writing a crossover fanfic for Once Upon a Time and Harry Potter Next Gen. I should continue that one for sure. That's what we're going to do this sprint. Okay. Darwin and Farah. I don't know who those are.
Those are my dogs.
Oh, those are the dogs. I thought it was.
Yeah.
I actually didn't know. I feel like once you told me, like in one of the live streams, we were chatting about your dogs and you said one was named Darwin, I think.
Yeah.
Honestly, if I did that, the war would be over in seconds because my other characters are supernatural and would just kill who they have to because most of them are and don't care. Okay, if there was a crossover, starting point for Keep Faith Babies, 395 words. I'm sure you can finish the chapter. I wrote a fan fiction with Elton and Jack. I also wrote a fan fiction with Star Wars and Marvel as a crossover. That dislikes Rex from Victorious. I'm not a Victorious. I haven't watched it. I think I was a little bit too old for Victorious.
Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer stands up over time. I was doing a rewatch of that before my Once Upon a Time rewatch. Yeah, I've only rewatched episodes like here or there. All I can say is like the writers did Spike dirty.
They did. And okay, the first season of Buffy is super cheesy and super camp. But I think from season 2 on, the budget got a bit higher and the writing got a little bit less dodgy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Mm-hmm. I feel like that happens with a lot of shows, except Once Upon a Time. It just got more and more. It just got cheesier and cheesier.
Yeah.
Which I love. I hate Rex. Well, Mulan also comes back later. Maybe that's what I'm thinking about in Once Upon a Time.
Yeah, maybe.
Regina and Tom's Lucifer is a ship in my bi-romantic heart. is a ship my biromantic heart would not survive. Yeah, that is an awesome ship. That is an awesome ship. I might finally start the Marvel DC crossover fic I've been thinking of. Sweet. All right. Time for the sprint because we are caught up. 2 more comments just came in, but sorry, guys. We're going to do that after. Okay. 15-minute sprint. Oops.
Just
yeah.
restate the Quill because I think we've gone for so long that people have forgotten.
For anybody who's doing the Quill is to write a crossover. So what that means is you have to write a character from another universe into your story, or you have to write a story where 2 universes collide or anything like that. It can be in your work in progress. It can be a fan fiction, whatever it might be. But you're going to write a crossover. And then once the Quill is done, we can come back into the comments and talk about like what we all wrote. If you're writing a character from an existing series into your work in progress, make sure to delete it after because we don't want any copyright infringements. So that is my disclaimer on this one. All right. We have the timer thingy banner at the bottom. We're going to put 15 minutes on the clock. Pens at the ready, everybody. We are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy writing. All right, everybody, that is time. How did it go for everybody? Sorry, I muted myself by accident, but I actually meant to turn the timer off. There we go.
Let me do a quick calculation. I got about 130 words.
130? I actually, because I did the spill, didn't do the quill. And I actually had to work on something for work pretty urgently. I saw it come in, so I had to go ahead and do that. Yeah. That was my sprint.
But you got it done.
But I got it. Not really. It's getting close. It's getting close.
Fair enough.
All right. How did everybody else do? Sorry, I'm noticing I'm lagging a little bit on my end, at least. Okay.
It looks fine from
if anybody's
my
getting
side.
lag in the Okay. I think I'm good. All right. Just so everybody knows, there is a stream starting right now on Sarah LeBrat's channel. We're going to be winding down now a little bit and then probably signing off. We'll probably do one more, I think. Right, Sage?
Yeah, I think we can do one more.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just continuing down the list of comments so we can catch up. Zara says, I'm not bi. Those actors, those characters give me a glimpse into what being bi would be like for me. Except I'm not sure what we're talking about here.
I think that was on the ships.
Yeah, all the ships. Okay. Yeah, I figured it was the ships. I was just like, which one? Okay. Can't think of a ship. Okay, just going to skip down to how people did. Finished chapter 6 and started working on chapter 7. Kimberly started doing some reading for an arc, which is awesome. I used this quill to dig up my old fanfic, and it brought me a smile. Aw.
Yay.
About 300, I'm getting into the final conflict, so I have way too much thinking to do for this. Yeah, getting into the very end is like the end and the conflict can be tough. Yeah. About 100, which is amazing. I wrote my crossover fanfic that I used for this prompt. That is awesome. Dania got 50. I wrote a letter in French to my high school French teacher because he's retiring. Oh, that's so lovely. That's such a nice thing.
That is.
Yeah. I started the fanfic, but realized I had nothing planned, so I went back to my original work in progress, wrote 244 words in the OG and 89 words in the fanfic. That's awesome. 333 words altogether. That is great.
That really is.
I'm so sorry. Was he a good teacher? Oh, I just assumed because Zara was writing a letter that he was a good teacher. Okay. Spill or quill, everyone. Last round. Ding, ding, ding.
I'm going to be boring and go spill again.
Spill? Okay.
Yeah.
He was great, but I mean, after 2 years of no French class whatsoever, I'm rusty. We can speak French if you want. We can practice.
Keelan can speak French.
I speak very English French, but yes, I can speak French. Can you tell us a bit about your book? Okay. Really quickly, All the King's Traitors is a multi-POV fantasy that basically takes place in a post-apocalyptic world, but it is very much a high fantasy, and it follows many different plot lines, many different stories, because there are 6 point of view characters, but essentially it is everybody coming to terms with the leader in their world, and the basically culture and religion of their world is all false and a story that they've been told, and they have to overcome it. And essentially they go all on their individual epic quests that end up intertwining and not intertwining at certain parts. So with a sprinkle of sci-fi. Book 2's got a lot of sci-fi in it. Yeah. I wish I had a better one-liner. My log line for my science fiction thriller that I'm currently writing is a whole lot better, but I'm not sharing it right now because it's still very it's still very very much in its infancy. I did one chapter on my beta reading. And Kimberly, I would be happy to talk. I would be happy to chat about it more. Just saying, if you want to know more about it. It's also free right now on ebook, just so everybody knows, if you do want to read it. But it is very much not for everyone. It is an epic fantasy. So if you're into like fantasy romance or those things, like it's not that. Quill might as well go big. Okay, we've got a lot of spills and we've got one Quill. I was taught by a Canadian French teacher, then a French, then an Algerian French, and lastly a French teacher. So lots of different quirks that I had to unlearn every time. Canadian French has lots of quirks.
Yeah.
A friend of mine and I have this like little joke that like if you want to sound like you're speaking like Canadian French, just add la, like L-A, but like say the A a little differently at the end of every sentence that you speak in French, and it works. Because it's just like it's like an that people use, I would say. It's like an So if you like add it in and work it in, it just like makes you sound more authentically Canadian French. I don't know. I find myself using more and more like French slang, and it's interesting because I don't notice it, but yeah.
We have something similar in Afrikaans. It's the word ne. You can add it on the end of most sentences, and it's kind of like it sort of turns the sentence into a question, but some people also use it as like a placeholder word.
Yeah. There's a few words like that in Canadian French for sure. Keep Faith Baby says, could you teach us some Canadian slang, some French slang? It will all be swearing and profane, probably. But there is a great video, and during the next sprint that somebody did on YouTube about Canadian French, and it's all in good fun. Like he's from Montreal and speaks Canadian French, but it's really interesting. Yeah, it's just really interesting because Canadian French is much different. Just the slang, and I say slang, but it's more like the terms that people use, and like the terms that people use in France are very, very different. Teach us the profanity, lol. Oh my gosh. I will get, you know what? Maybe I'll get Phil out here and he can come and teach some French slang and profanity because he would probably like to do that. But all of the French profanity that I will say in Canadian French, all of it, most of it, has to actually do with the church. So, like tabarnak is the French version, Canadian French version of the F word, but it's like, I'm not a churchgoer, but like a tabernacle. Is that a thing in church?
That is a thing. It's where the host is kept.
Yeah.
For communion.
So tabarnak is like the F word in French, basically, but it means tabernacle. That's what it is. So it's a religious swear word, and that's basically all the swear words in Quebec are religious swear words. Yeah. Anyway, that's one of them. I feel like that's the most commonly known one. Okay, so we've got a whole bunch of people spilling. 1 second, let me get a spill. We've done this one before. Not today, but we've done it before. Oh man, this one I feel like gets to the... Okay, Sage, I'm going to try and tell this to you, and you're going to say yes or no whether we do this one, because this one kind of gets to the root of people. Like, this one's a deep question, I think. Do we want a deep question or do we want a fun question?
We want both, but there isn't time for both. You know what? Let's go deep.
Okay. I'll be the first to answer it, just so nobody feels like weird or ashamed to answer this question, which you shouldn't. This is a safe space. If you don't want to answer it, don't answer it. True or false? True or false? I need external validation as a writer. So I'm going to be the first one to answer it. See, that was a deep question. And I would like to say, I wish I didn't, but I do. And I like actively seek it out, which is both healthy and unhealthy, because I feel like receiving external validation is great. Everybody likes to hear that people like their book or that somebody reviews their book well, but needing it, and I feel like the way, this is really talking about needing it, and I feel like the way that I need it and pursue it is not healthy.
Yep, that's pretty much my answer as well. Like, I wish I could say that I don't need external validation. But let's be real, I do. I think that I am fairly good about not obsessing over it.
Agreed. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I'm not constantly refreshing my Amazon and Goodreads pages and going, what are people saying?
Yeah.
And I do know some people who are constantly refreshing those pages, looking for what people are saying. But I mean, it's nice to hear that people are appreciative of what you've done. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I feel like I used to be less confident in my writing. And so not Goodreads, but when I was writing fan fiction, I would like constantly refresh my reviews on my fan fiction, which is the worst place to do that because people can get mad there. Yeah. I feel like that was it. And like still to this day, I feel like I kind of like seek it out a little bit, and like not necessarily anymore from reviewers, but from like other writers maybe. Or like, I don't know. But yeah, I definitely still think I need it. And I wish I could say no, I didn't. I wish I could say that, but I can't.
Yeah. I actually recently discovered my old profile on fanfiction.net.
Oh my God, same.
And I can't get into it because I no longer have access to the email that I created it with.
No.
But I can still obviously see everything because it's public.
Mm-hmm.
And I was going through the reviews on my stuff, and I remember how, like, a decade ago, these reviews really stung. Like, they were hurtful.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm looking at them now and I'm going, these people are totally right.
Yeah.
So I think...
Like you learned something from them, you mean?
Yeah. But at the time, I was totally just not open to it. Like, I flounced off the site. Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I recently actually got into my old fanfiction.net, which is superior to Wattpad in every single way. Sorry, Wattpad lovers.
I have tried like 5 times to get going on Wattpad, and I just can't.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I'm totally like, I'm not hating on Wattpad whatsoever. I'm just saying I'm personally a fanfiction.net kind of gal.
Well, here is how old I am. When I started writing fan fiction, it wasn't even on fanfiction.net. It was on Quizilla.
Oh yeah, I know Quizilla. I never wrote on Quizilla, but yeah.
Yeah.
I think you were talking about it once before, and I was like I didn't like I've never written on it. I don't even think I've seen the site and I've heard of it, but I've never written on it.
Quizilla died I don't know, probably like 5, maybe even 10 years ago. And I did not manage to pull all my stuff off it before it died.
That's literally why I went back on fanfiction.net to.
Yeah. But even before Quizilla, I was on Bolt, which used to be Teen Bolt.
Yeah.
And yeah, but that was when I was just starting high school, and I don't think it lasted very long.
Yeah, I feel like I heard of Quizilla like a long time ago, but it wasn't until you brought it up that I was like, what is this thing? But yeah, I was always on fanfiction.net. All right, Robin, yeah, all Quebecois swearing is related to religion. Yeah. Okay, so to the Quill that says, true or false, I need external validation as a writer. Zara says, 100% honestly, no, but it's always nice. See, I wish that could be my answer.
Yeah.
False, to be honest. I write what I want to write. I imagine that even if critics hate my work, I'll be upset for a bit, but it won't stop writing. I think it's false for me, honestly. I love to hear that people love my work, but my life doesn't depend on it. Yeah, I don't think my writing depends on it. Like, I feel like I keep writing no matter what. However, I don't know. I don't know. This past week has shown me that I do. I received some amazing feedback and it's been so encouraging. I think I would keep writing either way, but it's good to know that others like it. Yeah. I know I picked Quill, but my answer would actually be mostly false. I write what I want to read, and that makes it mostly for me. Yeah. There's a bit of me that does want to know that somebody found joy in it. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Like, I wish, like, I feel like maybe fan fiction kind of puts that, like, I don't know, because I feel like fan fiction was where I was definitely the worst, like, not the worst, but like, I needed it the most. And it wasn't necessarily to keep going. I think it was just because, like, maybe it was the first experience with people giving feedback on your work, and you can get so much of it at once. You know what I mean? Like, you don't go in with beta readers and critique partners and then all of those things. You can, but you normally don't. And all of those things that make you a better writer, you just put something out there and then all of a sudden, like, get bombarded with feedback. So I coincidentally decided very recently to no longer share sneak peeks and or write live on my work in progress because I caught myself needing validation and blocking up whether I got it or not.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. Definitely. And disagree. Sorry, Wattpad is amazing. Yeah, some people love Wattpad. And I actually like Wattpad more as a reader than I just have never really written on it. I put something up there and then I was like, I don't really understand the site. Yeah.
I think it might also be a generational thing because if I'm not mistaken, Keep Faith Baby is significantly younger than you and I.
Yeah. It might be. Like, I do think Wattpad, what it's done to, like, help, like, people make livings off Wattpad, which is amazing. Yeah. But I don't think, like, Wattpad was definitely a thing. Well, when I started fan fiction, not when I started, but during my fan fiction era, Wattpad started existing, but it never, like, fanfiction.net was the place to be.
Yeah.
Not going to share my work in progress until it's done, and then only with my beta readers. Yeah. Wattpad is overrated. If you want quality fan fiction, in the order is Wattpad, fanfiction.net, AO3. I don't know what AO3 is.
Archive of Our Own.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I have heard of it. Never used it. I think it goes Wattpad to fanfic, and then the best is Archive of Our Own. When did that come to be?
AO3 is old.
Yeah, I thought it was, because it sounds like it was there. I feel like I remember it back from my fan fiction days.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly because I never used it, but it's fairly old.
Yeah. Wattpad has some awesome poetry and short stories. I didn't even know they did that. That's super cool. I like how Wattpad has... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think what Wattpad has over fanfiction.net is that Wattpad also does original stuff.
That's literally exactly what I was going to say. Their stuff for original stuff, like they blow everybody else out of the water for like their original pieces.
Yeah.
I let my mother, who used to write fanfic, alpha read so I can get an opinion on character and plot, not letting anyone else see it until the second draft. Yeah. I tend to write what I want to read, to be honest. Agreed. I do that too.
Yeah.
Devin, hi. Welcome. We're also only going to do a short sprint for the last sprint, like 5 minutes. Sorry, that's short. And I just pulled the quill. Oh my God. And the quill that I pulled is write fan fiction for the 5 minutes.
That is literally perfect.
So good. Okay. I'm going to put on the banner 5 minutes, and I think we'll catch up with the comments and then jump right into the sprint.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, perfect. Here we go. I wrote on Wattpad before they made it all about money. I like it better as a reader than as a writer. I was on Figment before Wattpad. Okay. I've tried to write fanfic, but the characters I wrote were very out of character, so I figured that I love to make original characters. I like how free fanfiction is. My one thing that I'm going to say about the like out of character thing on fanfiction, at least this happened to me in the fandoms I was in. There was like canon characters, and so like how they acted on the show, or I wrote mostly for TV shows, how they acted on the show. And then there was like the fandom's version of what the character was. That was like kind of not exactly like there was the fandom's expectations of what the character was. And that was a collective kind of decision that the fandom made. And it wasn't always necessarily true to the canon version of the character. It was just like the collective fandom being like, oh, this person is like, I don't know, there's like a moody character, and then they're like, oh, but he's like sexy and moody. And I'm like, he's not sexy and moody. He was just always moody. Like, anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like anybody who's written fan fiction might understand. In like at least fan fiction in really big fandoms. Like you see that happening in really big fandoms. Yeah. She's been amazingly helpful. I'm so thankful that she's supportive about it. Oh, is this your wife and alpha reader? Oh, mother, sorry. I don't know why I thought wife. Mother and alpha reader. Yeah, that's awesome. I wrote more than I read on Wattpad for some reason. It might be I love reading books I can hold. I'm also a hold kind of person. I think it's easier to find what you want to read on AO3. Okay, I'm doing the Quill Den. I was on Wattpad before they changed it. I left for a while and then came back and was very confused about what happened. Like, I've only seen the newer version of Wattpad. I don't know what the older version was. All right. I'm not sure what that's too. Fanon versions of characters are always stereotypes. I hate it. Once my favorite character is so complex, but the fanon character is just always happy and not as smart as his family. Yeah. That happens. They're always stereotypes. I kind of agree with that. And I find it happens in really large fandoms.
Yeah.
Okay. There's 2 more comments, but we're going to get to them after the sprint. So I'm going to put 5 minutes on the timer. Pens at the ready, everybody. We are going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Happy writing. All right, everybody, that is time. So, how did everybody do?
I got about 100 words, and I did write fan fiction.
That is awesome. I was still dealing with my last minute work thing, which is super annoying for the weekend, but now it's done. And then I also spent some time linking your channel. So for anybody who's here, please go and follow Sage. Sage's channel is in the description. And I'm also going to link, there is a live stream going on right now on Sarah Labrat's channel with Sarah and Angela Ann. So I'm going to link that too. However, I did just want to take some time at the end to get through the comments and then also just wrap things up. So how did everybody do on that sprint? I'm seeing a lot of people are talking about Wattpad.
Mm-hmm.
And then the older version didn't have the option to earn money. There are things that were much different now. Once they added money, all I could find was fanfic and not much else.
Mm.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people were monetizing stuff. I'm not sure if this is to fan fiction, but I've noticed it's dying to not fan fiction. Wattpad. I've noticed it's dying too. I'm not gonna go back to Visit for a bit and notice how people that I've seen active aren't active anymore, which is fine. Yeah. Princess of the Pen. I had to go get food, so I only got 120 words, which is awesome for 5 minutes. But I also got the end of the scene, so I probably wouldn't have written any more than that, which is great. I don't have the first clue since I wrote it on OneNote, but I started a Shadowhunters fanfic. No one is ever going to read this mess. But we love messy fan fiction. That is awesome. All right. So just on the wrap up, I know there's still like comments coming in, but Sage, I wanted to thank you so much for joining today. It's always so much fun playing Spill or Quill like live with someone versus like love playing with everyone in the comments. Don't get me wrong. Get me wrong. But I like not having to talk out loud to myself.
Well, thanks for inviting me. It was super fun.
Yeah. Do you have anything you want to like before I put the link to the next, or not the next stream, but a stream that's happening now? Do you have anything you want to like plug or whatever? Go follow Sage on YouTube.
Yeah, follow me. I have a 2-hour productivity stream on Tuesdays at 11 a.m. Eastern time. I think that is the right conversion. It's 5 p.m. South African Standard Time. But I think I'm probably the only person in South African Standard Time. So convert that as you will. I will have a new video going up on Wednesday. It is all about readers. So covering the different types of readers that you will encounter in your writing journey. So keep an eye out for that.
Oh, and you also have your podcast. Want to plug that? That's fun.
Oh, yes. And I have my podcast. Guys, I have a podcast called Ink and Sage, where I read and react to story openings. So if you have a story opening, first line, first paragraph, or first page, please email it to me, inkandsage.podcast@gmail.com. I accept everything except fan fiction and erotica. So
yeah,
fan fiction because of licensing. But yeah.
It's an awesome podcast. And I mean, everybody should like just go for it. And you normally take like unpublished over published, right? Unless it's self-published because of, again, licensing and all that stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm getting dive bombed by moths here.
Oh, no worries.
Yes. Unpublished is preferable to published, but if you're self-published, feel free. Or if you have and can provide me with a written thing from your publisher saying that it's okay, I will also accept that. The email is inkandsage.podcast@gmail.com, and you can find the podcast on Twitter, or the podcast Twitter account is @inkandsagepod. Yeah. And every episode is less than 10 minutes. So it's quick. I don't want to keep people out of their writing for too long. It's just short and snappy.
Super bingeable. Like you can I don't know, less than 10 minutes for me is like super bingeable. You can just like listen to them one after another, you know.
Thanks, Keelan.
Well, thank you so much for joining, Sage. It was so lovely. And I also, guys, I'm going to be really, really lame here, like really lame. So please ignore me if you want to ignore me. But I'm like really close to 1,000 subscribers. And so if you want to help my channel out, which I would be so appreciative for, the best thing that you can do is just watch and like my videos, because that lets YouTube know that like people are liking them and watching them. And by liking them, other people can see them, commenting on them, other people can see them. And anyway, I know this is super lame, but I would love, I don't know, I'm really excited about hitting that milestone. So yeah, if you enjoy my channel, enjoy these streams, please consider watching like the regular content and all of that stuff. And Sage is almost at 100 subscribers, so everybody should go and subscribe to Sage's channel. So please, please do that. All right, everybody. Thank you so, so much for joining today. I have put a link to Sarah and Angela because I know they're streaming right now. I put a link to their stream in the description so you guys can, or I think it was to their channel. It might be to the stream. I don't know. I think it's to the stream, but you can just click on that, hop on over there if you want to continue writing. Thank you so much for joining, everybody. It was a real blast, and we'll see you guys soon. Bye, everyone. Sorry, I take so long to hit the end button.